Well, hello! Thank you so much for joining me again today. My name is Kendall Hailstone. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and you are beautiful, you are special and unique, and I believe in you. And today's video is about thinking bigger than I thought possible and thinking outside of my comfort zone. You know, what is possible for my life, for your life? You know, I would say it's the level of your belief. You know, what do you believe is possible for your life? And that is essentially what is possible. Your belief determines what is possible. And so I am challenging you to think bigger than you are even comfortable with. You know, I would go out on a limb and say that if your big thinking isn't making you feel uncomfortable, that you aren't thinking big enough, that you are not even close to tapping into your full potential. And so my experience with this thinking bigger than I thought possible and feeling, you know, honestly uncomfortable with, you know, how big I'm thinking. So I've been, for a while, I've been wanting to buy land. You know, it started with, you know, 10 acres, you know, I mean, that's more than any one person honestly will ever need. But, you know, for my intents and purposes, I am wanting to do more like nature conservation type of work and wanting to do, you know, more permaculture type of work, you know, food forest, you know, that type of deal. You know, yes, I'm talking like community development, I'm talking, you know, land development, I'm talking, you know, nature conservation like I just said, I'm talking about mushroom cultivation, mushroom inoculation of forests, I'm talking, you know, having space for hunting, I'm talking about having space for, you know, private mushroom foraging, I'm talking about having space for retreats, like an oasis for people to come that's, you know, the focus is personal growth and transformation. And that has been my vision from way back when, having this community of, you know, having this sustainable community where the primary purpose is growth and transformation, and it is a hub for people to come and go through an accelerated, you know, journey of growth and transformation where they're able to get outside of their comfort zone in a more, you know, safe environment of loving, accepting people, but then out in nature. And I don't know, that's kind of the vision. And so, you know, 10 acres was originally what I was thinking, and then, you know, I was pushing myself a little bit more by thinking, okay, well, you know, what's the difference between, you know, 10 acres and 100 acres as far as my ability to acquire it? Obviously, it's 10 times the size, but what's the difference in my ability to acquire it? And I'd say, you know, I have equal ability to acquire both 10 acres and 100 acres, so why not shoot for 100? And then I was thinking to myself, you know, I feel like I'm trying to think big here, but maybe I'm not thinking big enough. Why not 1,000 acres? You know, it's like, why not? And that, honestly, that makes me feel uncomfortable, you know? And I don't know, it's just, I'm not very familiar with, you know, big plots of land, with big, like, farming, agricultural type of environments. And so I just don't even have, like, a grasp of what 1,000 acres even looks like, you know? Really only until my, you know, 20s have I really gotten into nature and gotten connected with the woods and forests and things of that sort. So, you know, I don't, like I said, don't have a lot of experience with large, vast areas of land. So 1,000 acres, for whatever reason, is just intimidating to me. First of all, you know, it's like, what on earth will we do with 1,000 acres? You know, I just feel like there's so many possibilities in there, which, like I said, also kind of makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm like, gosh, it's like, you know, I feel this pressure to kind of put it all to use, you know what I mean? But anyways, that is something that I'm uncomfortable with thinking about. It's something that I'm uncomfortable with acquiring about. And I feel like a couple of different reasons why I'm uncomfortable about it is because first, I'm still developing the self-confidence of believing that I can actually acquire that. You know, I guess it wasn't that big of a deal in my mind to go from like 10 to 100 acres. But I guess jumping to 1,000 for whatever reason, it makes me feel uncomfortable, which I'm like, okay, I think I'm on the right track here. And honestly, this morning I was just feeling inspired to look at, you know, 1,000-acre plots of land here in Michigan, and I found a couple of contenders, and I was like, okay, you know, this is an actual, real possibility, and just trying to create this reality in my mind of this being possible, for me acquiring this, and I don't know what that would look like. I don't know. Ideally, I would want to be with like a community of people, because that's like my vision for I guess the land that I want to live on is in a community environment. But maybe it would be in terms of having investors, of people who are wanting to invest in a large piece of land for nature conservation, who are passionate about also the things that are involved in my vision, in the vision of the community that I want to be involved in. And so I'm not sure how it would be acquired or what it would look like, but my point is that I don't need to be worried about the how right now. Right now, I just need to have a clear vision, and then allowing the universe to create the how, but then taking action on the opportunities that arise, right? Taking massive action. I just mentioned this to somebody today, is that building self-confidence and doing the internal work, that is so critically important. Our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. That's one of like my favorite things to say right now, one of my favorite mantras right now for myself and my life and my personal growth. But if that is done, if the internal work is done without taking action, then you're not building the habits that are going to be creating lasting change in your life, which I think is that's the whole point. The whole point of creating the internal change is to create lasting, positive growth and transformation in your life. But I feel like it has to be followed with massive action. And so, anyways, just kind of slight tangent, but the other reason why I feel like a little bit uncomfortable with this jump in acreage, so to speak, between 100 acres and 1,000 acres, is that I'm just not sure of how it'll happen. It's just this uncertainty about not only am I capable of achieving this, but then just how on earth would this even happen? It's very uncertain and unclear, and that creates some uncomfortability within myself anyways. But I also feel a lot of excitement. Which I feel like is a key indicator that I'm also onto something. There's this excitement, this uncomfortable feeling as well, which I feel like is a really great mix of emotions that is kind of a green light saying that this is a good direction to be going in. But that's just my personal view. Something that crazy happened right before I started this video. I don't know. I'm sure you have all experienced kind of synchronicities in your life where things are just kind of lining up, and you're just noticing like these patterns happening. You're like, oh my gosh, it doesn't really seem to be explainable. It's almost something divine that happens, kind of a message from the universe saying that you're on the right path. So this happened to me right before I made this video. I was just thinking big. I was kind of like writing a brief outline of this video, coming up with some keywords to focus on, for my SEO ranking on YouTube and stuff, just because I'm like that, and I do that before I make my videos. And there was a song that came on, and it is called Start Small, Think Big by Michael Franti and Spearhead. And I literally have never heard this song before. I was playing some music. I like to listen to really uplifting, kind of conscious music, by Nako, Satsang, Paul Isaac, and stuff like that. And this song just came up like literally right before I was about to shoot this video. Start small, think big. And I was like, oh my God, this is divine. So that is just basically the gist of this video. That's what I wanted to share with you. I wanted to encourage you, inspire you to be thinking bigger than you think possible, than you ever thought possible. To just think so big that it makes you uncomfortable. What are your goals for your life? And does it make you uncomfortable to think about it? And if so, great. Then I think you're on the right track. And if not, I feel like you may have to start thinking bigger. I want to challenge you to be thinking bigger than you ever thought possible before. And on top of that, I want to challenge you to develop the belief in yourself that you can actually accomplish. You can accomplish this big dream, this big goal that you have for your life that makes you uncomfortable, that you are excited about, but then there's this kind of like this queasy feeling in your stomach of just I don't know, it's being outside of your comfort zone. That was something I kind of forgot to mention. Another reason why I feel like this big thinking of mine makes me uncomfortable is because I realize that I'm going to have to stretch way out of my comfort zone in order to achieve it. Which right now, I'm getting to the habit of getting out of my comfort zone. I'm developing this mindset of wanting to get out of my comfort zone, but still, it's still uncomfortable, but it's getting into the habit of it and becoming comfortable in the discomfort, becoming comfortable outside your comfort zone. I feel like that is key to growth, especially if you want to be making growth a habit like I certainly do. So anyways, thank you so much. Peace be with you. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless this day. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day of getting outside your comfort zone, facing your fears and thinking massively, hugely big that makes you uncomfortable. So thank you so much. I will see you next time. Farewell and namaste. Peace.